Hey everyone, so look at this darling mini little North Pole village I made using some wooden houses. This is Tammy with My Whimsical Day. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. So this is what they originally looked like. I bought 2 sets on clearance last year at a little bookstore here in town. And so before video, I painted one red and one green, as you can see. I also painted 2 of those planks that I just showed you white, and I got those planks in a 2-pack from Hobby Lobby. And so you can see on the red one that the wreath is still showing through. I didn't sand that off enough, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover that up with a different wreath anyway. So, and now I took some of the smaller popsicle sticks I got at Dollar Tree, and I cut them to size. I just held them up to the roof and saw how long I wanted them, and then cut 12 of them to that size. And so now I'm just painting them with black chalk paint by Waverly, just using a makeup sponge and getting all but where my fingers are holding on. I'll dry those and then I will get the rest of it painted. I'm not worrying about the underneath, it won't show. And I'm going to put 3 on each side of the roof, so 6 per house, and that will make the little roof. And you could use just about any wooden houses that you find. I mean, you can find them at all your craft stores, you can find them online, you can find them at Dollar Tree, so anything would really work for this. So I'm setting those sticks aside to dry, and now I'm painting a generous layer of Mod Podge all over this wood plank. This is going to be the base, and I'm using these little snow mica flakes that I got these at Hobby Lobby. I know you can get them at Dollar Tree too. If you get them at Hobby Lobby 50% off, they're actually cheaper than buying them at the dollar store. But either works. They're very similar, I think. So I'm just getting the other half now, and I put just pour the flakes all over the plank. Kind of pat them down so they'll stick really good. And then I just kind of shake off the excess. Cute, huh? So now I'm going to set that aside for a moment too. So now I'm going to paint the little windows. And I had a blue, but it was way too dark and bright of a blue. So I'm adding a lot of white to it and just making a light blue. And these windows on these houses happen to be kind of, etched in. So the frame all around is, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of embossed or bezeled in there a little bit, beveled in there. And so after I do the blue in all these little sections, I'm going to use a couple different pens. I end up using my Micron pen the most, a black Micron journaling pen, and just highlighting the inside of those. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just using a regular ballpoint pen here. Well, it's a gel pen, and it works pretty good too, but then I tried the Micron pen and it worked better. So as you can see, I just painted a real light blue for the inside of the windows. Now I'm going to use some little Rub and Buff in Gold Leaf, just put a tiny bit on my fingertip. And I'm just going to go over the metal that's on this roof, just to kind of make it look older, I guess, a little worn. You know, North Pole's been around for a long time. So I'm just putting it on those raised areas. Now I'm just lightly sanding all the edges of those popsicle sticks. And I printed off this little North Pole sign on my computer. It just says North Pole, and I put it on a piece of white cardstock to have a white border around the edge. And I'm just using some foam double-sided little sticky pads And I put several on all over. And I'm actually going to use a little hot glue on this as well, because sometimes these sticky pads don't stick real well to a painted surface. And I'm putting it on the taller one right above the windows. So here you can see I'm putting a little bit of hot glue. Just centering it there. Then I still have that space above it. So I'm going to put a little tiny wreath that I have. I got these on Amazon in a package of brush trees and little gift packages, and the link to those will be below this video. And I think that looks so, so cute. Now for this one, I am using some wired pine garland that I got on Amazon, and I'm just making a circle and making 2 layers of the wire. Just using my wire cutters. And I got it made and realized it was a tiny bit too big, so I kind of unravel it and then make it a wee bit smaller. And then I just hot glue that right on. So you can see it covers up the wreath that was painted on underneath the red paint. Had these tiny, tiny little pearly beads in that same stuff that I'm going to actually add on to that wreath in a moment. But first I'm applying the roof pieces now. So like I said, 3. So I'm putting 2 on each edge and then 1 in the middle going down. And I do this on both sides on both houses. And I think this turned out really cute. And I'm not finished yet, but it's looking so, so cute already. Now I'm using my extreme glitter. I get this on Amazon. Again, the link to this will be below also. And I'm just using my stylus that I got at the Dollar Tree. Just dipping it in the paint that's in the lid and just kind of putting it on the bottom and the right of each section of that window. And this just gives it a little sparkle, like the sun is, or not sun, excuse me, the snow or the frost in the windows is shining. I really like using this extreme glitter paint. It's in the silver color, and it just goes on. You can put on top of your colors, and it just gives it that extra little sparkle, extra little glisten. So now the fun part happens. I'm going to start making my little village come to life. So I put a generous layer of hot glue on the bottom of both these, and I'm gluing them on the plank right on top of the snow. And full disclosure, the green one wasn't adhered on there very well, so midway I have to kind of pull it off, and I should have right from the beginning added some E6000. So that's what I did. I added a little bit of E6000 and put more hot glue on there and repositioned it on there. Right now, and I should have had it facing another way so you can see, but I have these little peppermint candies I'm gluing on. I've got some little green bulbs that I'm gluing on random spots in the snow. I'll turn it around in a moment here and show you. And I have those little gifts. And then I had some small little bristle brush trees, and they weren't tall enough to be actual trees in this little vignette. So I cut them down to make them look more like shrubs, I guess, in between the 2 houses. And now I just keep adding random little spots of hot glue, kind of to make it so the ground isn't flat. It's got some bumps, some hills. And so I put some hills of hot glue and then pour the mica flakes on. Then dump off the excess. And then I'm adding a couple of those small little gift packages. And you could add any kind of miniatures you might have. Like, go to Hobby Lobby. I know they have little miniature Christmas miniature aisle. You could put little elves, little Christmas bears. You could find bigger trees. I was wishing I had bigger trees. I didn't measure these planks, but I'm guessing they're roughly 8 or 9 inches long, maybe 3 to 4 inches deep. And that is it. Isn't that so cute? I love how it turned out. I hope this inspires you to make something similar. Thanks for watching. You have a whimsical day.